All right, everybody. Welcome into No Such Time to Maine. Today I wanted to talk about something specifically here. I got in my grasp again. I got this thing through the mail yesterday, and I did a little research on where it came from and all that, the address and all that. And the address of it, there was nobody living at this place. So I'm just very baffled as to where this thing even came from or how it got to me. But this is the second time in my life I've gotten this. Now, all right, my first time, if you go back to my video, which I'll point to about my testimonies, you will see why I'm like making a big deal about this. Now, if you look at this, this was the coin I found on the ground the day the incident happened in one of my testimonies. In fact, my very first one of my more important testimonies is how how I met God. It was through I had this um on me at the time. So let me go and show you the video and then we'll come back and talk more about it. Now, I'm just shocked that this even showed up in a mail for me like this, but hold on. All right. So about the time I started this channel, which just came because I was listening to somebody else, and there was a week that went by they didn't read the Bible. So I went off and I started it by myself, and I started reading the Bible and feeling good. But over on my channel, there's a video called "My Testimony to Why I Believe in God." So the size of the coin was a bit different than I remember, but this is the exact coin that's in my hand right now. So you'll hear me talk about this story. So I want to explain more in the detail of how this story went down and how this came about into my life, and this is why I ended up believing in God the first place and why I had an incident with God that showed me that God is real and God is true. So I just want to break it down and really, really get into explaining it for you and just have you understand that this was the whole entire story and this is how it went down. So, all right. So let's go and talk about how this all came about. I was at work one day and I just heard this coin drop onto the ground. Now, I'm absolutely confused as to how this dropped and fell onto the ground and everything, but hey, things have I've I've had a bunch of weird incidents happen in my life through God, so this was like a question that I just genuinely had and I didn't understand. So I had this coin and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then something about me made me feel like I needed to find God. So I had a few arguments with somebody at the time that I was dating, and just like I was like, well, I'm gonna find God now that I have this, because this is just definitely an example of me needing to find God. So, in the midst of all this, there was a guy going around at the time. I want to say 2012, 2013. He was saying that the world was supposed to end. Now, I remember this clear as day, and I remember my mother actually telling me that there was this guy saying it, and I was skeptical about it. I was like, huh, that's weird. I don't know what to think about this. So, the day actually came and a time came, and I stopped and I looked at the clock. I was like, I'm gonna keep track just in case something actually does happen. So I stopped and I looked at the clock. I was at work when this happened, and as I'm looking at the clock, there was this event that just happens to me where, as I'm looking at the clock, I felt slightly dizzy, and everything around me just turned to gold. So, and as this happens to me, I, this voice talks to me and asks me a question. So, as the question's being asked, the question was, who do you want to survive? Now, I still, to this day, I don't know what that means, but I have some answers as to what it could mean and why am where I am today. Um, but I do believe that that was God, and that's why still to this day, that thing really just really blows my mind as to why in general it even happened to me, or why in general, like, it was me that this happened to, you know? And do I really think that the world was supposed to end that day? I don't know, but let me just go on with the rest of the story. So, um, after that happened, um, I had this coin in my wallet. This a version of this coin in my wallet, and I go to look in my wallet like a couple weeks later, and this coin is just gone. I didn't take it out. I didn't do anything. I didn't lose it. I don't remember taking it out at all. I look in my wallet and it's just gone. It wasn't there anymore. So the fact that the fact that it's gone like that was just very, very intriguing and very interesting to me that it even disappeared. I still to this day don't know what happened, but it was a very, very bizarre moment in my life indeed. But, you know, people have asked me what this coin looks like, and it's the exact coin right here. In fact, I got this coin again through the mail just yesterday, and I wanted to show it off and talk a little bit about it. But what really, really, it just intrigues me about it is like why I got it again, why it ended up like coming to me. Now, I'm gonna release this video, and I know there's gonna be some people in my comment section that are gonna say weird stuff and think I'm crazy, and that's perfectly fine. I already know and believe that people think I'm crazy anyway, because it's just been accusation after accusation, and when you're right with God, you just get accused of many things and all that, and it gets pretty awful at times. It gets very, very like frustrating and just sometimes very, very intolerable, and that's why I follow my path I'm on. I follow the path to God and Jesus Christ because, people are out there trying to fill our heads with nonsense. And I believe, and I read in the Bible today that, you know, astrology is a main key factor of a problematic thing that causes us to get away from Christ and all that. And unfortunately, I see people going through it right now where they're secretly slipping away from Christ on a daily basis, and I can only pull you back so much. But at the end of the day, it's on you to be aware of what is actually going on with you, and if you're gonna slip away from it, because unfortunately, it's just one of those things that I don't. Still to this day, I don't know what it was that happened to me. I truly believe that that was God, and I truly believe that the question he asked me correlates back to what happens to me in life. And the question that God asked, I said, "Who do you want to survive?" And I spoke to it, and I had, I said, my friends, my family, and all that. And it's just weird because still to this day, I've been pulled away from those people, and I don't know. I'm guessing that's what God wanted for me. He wanted me to find my own path and my own way. And unfortunately, people within the past 24 hours have been acting extremely strange with me. They've been acting super weird, and it's unjustifiable why they're acting weird. I'm witnessing people that, praise God and say they're say they're with Christ start to slip away from it. And it's like, why do I have to keep pulling you back? What is fighting you? What is pulling you away from this? Isn't this you that's supposed to claim you're this Christian? You know, so that's one thing that does bother me. It bothers me because these people keep keep doing this, and so I am done. I get to the point where I'm just done saving people, and I'll leave them do what they have to. I'll even give my 2 cents about it. But like, if you're gonna be a corrective Christian, expect correction back. Expect to be told back certain things you need to start seeing. If you're gonna sit there and read the Bible and correct people about certain things, I want you to understand that I'm gonna be sitting there saying it back to you, because this is just proof that I am blessed, and I want people to understand that, to get one of these into your life, all I did was read the Bible. Now, this came through mail, so I have still no clue where this came from, and I would certainly like to find out, but I'm not going to go on a chase. I'm just going to leave it as it is, because there might be some bigger answer for it. But that's the whole story, and that's what I want to talk about. And again, I'm gonna try to put a good picture of this on my thumbnail. But this is what I wanted you guys to see and know, that I found this coin years ago, and I thought this was amazing. I received one again. So, with that said, guys, have a blessed night. Take it easy. And if you like this content, or you're watching my Bible, or you like Bible reading stuff, please go check the entire channel out. It's grown tremendously, and I'm not even sure. Well, I made a covenant with God, so that's something I can truly say that needed to be done. But until then, guys, with that said, take it easy. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. And if you like this, hit that like button. If you did like it, also hit the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you next time. God bless you, and take it easy.